emotionally connected to your plants? As if in the process of caring for them, they as well are caring for you? What about planty DIYs and thrifting for plant items? If I have your attention, then the Plants by Wade Lee podcast is for you. Join me, plant friends, as we dig deep and experience the magic of plants.
Let's go. I'm looking forward to meeting you, though.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Hi, plant people. Welcome to the third season of the Plants by Wade Lee podcast. I'm super excited to have Kaila and Emmy from Plants in a Farmhouse. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello. Thank you for having me. We're super excited.
I fell in love with you from the first reel that I saw, which was the pitcher plant reel from
That's a
last
funny one.
year. And I was like, who is this girl? I loved it. And it felt like home. You know, your Alabama accent felt like home as I was in Huntsville for many, many years. How did you get started with plants?
Funny enough, well, I guess it started a really long time ago. So, my mother and grandmother used to always garden. So, we would always do that. We were always outside playing in the dirt and stuff. It was really fun. And my grandmother, she kept a lot of plants, especially aloe plants. So, it was just really fun. I feel like my passion definitely came from them. They kind of instilled it in me at an early age. And as I grew older, I always had a few plants here and there, but nothing crazy like now.
Yeah.
And whenever I moved into my house, I have a huge sunroom. This was like 5 years ago. And I was like, what am I going to do with this sunroom? It was totally empty. I had nothing to put in it. So I got on Pinterest and I was looking like things to put in sunrooms. What could I do to make it cute? And sure enough, it took me to plants. And I was like, okay, this is where we're going. So I went to Lowe's and I got a couple plants and I started like researching their plant care. And now I'm like 250 plants in.
That's so awesome.
But that's how it started.
Well, and you also do a lot of like interior design stuff with your boho chic kind of vibe. It's
Yeah.
so beautiful. Your plant
Thank
room,
you.
like, and you have plants throughout your whole house.
Everywhere.
Yeah. And then, like, so one thing I wanted to ask you, thinking about grandma, it's like if you fell and got hurt, would your grandma like grab a piece of the aloe and be like, put this on your, yeah.
My grandmother would eat it. If we had a stomach ache, we would eat it. If we had a boo boo, a sunburn, she would use it. It was like a medicine for everything.
I love it.
Yeah.
And where does plants in a farmhouse come from? You live on a farm.
So actually, whenever I started like really heavily getting into the plants like 5 years ago, I decided to make a plantstagram. And I sat and I thought about the name like all day. And, I live in a farmhouse. I have a farm. I have goats. I have chickens. I have horses. So I was like, I want to go with the farmhouse vibe. And my husband was like, plants in a farmhouse. And I was like, that's the one. Ding, ding, ding. That's
awesome.
it. But yeah, that's how I came up with the name. And it just kind of stuck. So even now, my store's name is Plants in a Farmhouse.
And do you have like a brick and mortar or you do all online?
Yeah, so I have an actual brick and mortar store in Killen, Alabama. Right now, we're open Wednesday to Saturday, but pretty soon we'll go to our summer hours where we're open every day. But I do have an actual brick and mortar, but we do probably 70% of our sales online.
Yeah. And do you think that like, when did you open the store?
I opened in 2023.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
after the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like the pandemic really helped online sales.
It did. I think a lot of us got really hooked on the plants and the boredom and the solitude of the pandemic for sure.
Yeah. I mean, plants bring solitude and peace. So it's a no-brainer that so many people fell apart during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So when did you start from like being a plant mom to deciding that, oh, I'm gonna like do this as a business?
Yeah. So actually, my husband has a business, and the place that he rented for his business, it had a shop. This was my first original store. We've since moved to a bigger store. And he had this,
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you. He had this store, and he was like, why don't you have a plant store? And I've been a stay-at-home mom for 7 years before I had this store. And so I was like, really? Are we sure we want to do this? And so we took the leap and we took the step to do it. And there's no going back now. I love it. I love
Yeah.
having a plant store. It's like such a dream come true to be able to work with plants for a living. That's insane.
What do you feel like your customers are buying right now? Like what kind
Ooh.
of trending plants are you reordering and reordering?
So definitely online. Like I would say a lot of the plants I sell are Hoyas online. But my customers in the store, it just depends. Like I sell a lot of pothos. I sell a lot of hanging baskets. Monsteras are a popular one. But yeah, so it's definitely a mix between the Hoya and those. But I carry pretty much everything.
Yeah. What is your favorite genius?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you are definitely a Hoya head.
I am a Hoya head. I am. And you know how I got into Hoyas? I got into them because I ran out of space. I ran out of space. I used to do like Phillows, Monstera, mostly Phillows and Monstera. And as you know, they get big.
Yeah, they do.
They get big. So my little old sunroom just didn't have all the room for that. And so I started looking into Hoyas. They're small, you know, they're small. They don't take up a lot of space. And that's how.
Yeah, that's cool. I've tried Hoyas so many times. I purchased three from you not too long ago. I looked out in the greenhouse; they're completely dead. I'm like, I'm the worst with Hoyas. The
You have to just
worst.
ignore them.
Ugh,
You have to ignore
I
them.
know that's what I did, and I
Maybe
guess
you
I
over
ignored it
ignored.
too much. That's so funny.
You do kind of have to find the sweet spot with them, like not too much water, but
Yeah,
you also can't go too long without water. So it's kind of like finding that sweet spot.
yeah. I have a Lisa. Is that correct?
Lisa, yeah.
Yeah, a Lisa outside that I just leave outside and just
Is it
hose
doing good?
down with water. Yeah, and it does great.
Yeah.
She's so good, but everyone else, no, they're like,
No, that's me in alocasia.
really?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Like alocasia are the same way. You have to find that sweet spot. If you give them too much water, they rot. If you don't give them enough water, they faint, And so it's just like you got to find that sweet spot with them too.
yeah. And this brings up a big thought in my mind as a question. As a business owner that does horticulture, and you have to keep these plants alive after you
Mhm.
purchase them from the nurseries or even when you're growing them yourself. What has been your um, what has been your sweet spot to like keep inventory alive and finds that way to like profit, because there's so many times, especially being a new entrepreneur, that you do feel like, oh god, this is a struggle. Am I in over my head? How did you find that place that you're like, okay, this works?
Especially when we went from having a small store with maybe 500 plants to like six times the size. And there's thousands of plants in here now. But I had to hire a staff full time to help me. And we
Yeah,
go through a very rigorous training to learn the watering. So we all try to kind of keep an eye on it. But usually in the store, we let stuff go about 80% dry before we water it again. Stuff tends to dry out a lot faster here. So the stuff I get from Florida, it comes in like straight cocoa.
yeah,
The worst. It's the worst in my opinion.
yeah.
But it just dries out really quick. It
Right,
dries out so fast.
right.
So we have to water here about once a week, but it takes my girls about 2 days to get through the whole store.
Yeah, yeah. And
Hmm.
then how was that transition from being a brick and mortar to online sales? And that's a whole nother ball game with shipping and making sure that the plants get there safe, and then the weather. It's another monster. How
It
have you
was.
how have you like balanced that as well?
So that was fun. It was a big learning process, but I definitely recommend, especially like me, I'm in a very small town. There's only so many plants I can sell in a day. I'm in a super small town. So definitely, if you're another business out there and you're thinking about making the switch, do it. Do it, do it, do it. Just do it. It was nerve wracking the first time. It's very nervous to get on camera in front of people live, edit out any bloopers, it's
Yeah,
live. That was the most nerve-wracking part, but it was a game changer for my business. It
Yeah.
was a game changer. So we did have to learn the process of shipping. I have a whole shipping room now. I have a whole shipping team, and so it was a learning curve for sure, but it was totally worth it.
Yeah.
Totally worth it.
Did you feel like you saw your social media build as your business was building as
Yes, definitely. So it's the story of my like my follower count. I have over 200,000 followers. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know how they say to post the video? Just post the video. Don't over I'm an overthinker. I
right?
will redo a video 3 or 4 times until I get it right.
Like
Just post it. Just post it. Like that video, I had one video that went viral. It was about the Dawn dish soap. It got a couple million views. It's been a while since I looked at it, but it's up in the millions. And that was a video that sat in my drafts for like 2 months. I probably wouldn't have even posted it. And it's insane. Before that video, I had about 5,000 followers. I got like 120,000 followers from one video. It still blows my mind. I'm nervous to post videos on my own social media now. Like, but that's what they say. They say post the video. Post it. If
yeah,
you create content, don't overthink it. Just post it. It may not be for everybody, but somebody's going to like it.
yeah, it's great.
That's what I learned from that.
Yeah, it's such good advice.
Hmm.
And do you find like the more spontaneous you do your recordings, it's better? Or
Yeah.
like, are you someone as a creator that you need to do A, B, and C, and this is what your content's going to
So I'm kind of both. Like if I'm doing like a really detailed video on how to do something, I feel like I very carefully walk through the steps. But sometimes you just have stuff you want to show and I just throw it out there. Like I had some edema on a plant I made a video of. Looks like a little plant pimple. And I just kind of put that up there and it did good. So you never know. One tip for videos. This is my number one tip to anybody. You have to look at your content. If you're making plant videos, you have to look at your content and say, what are people going to take away from my video? Does my video add value to this person's life? And if it does, 90% of the time they're going to follow you. They want to learn from you.
That's great advice. Yeah. Possibly about plants.
I love her.
I love her. This was the same advice she gave. The
Is it
exact same
really?
advice. Yeah. She's like, anybody could do a little like plant tour video, whatever. Like everyone sees this, but like, does it like does someone learn something from it? Are they laughing from it? And
Exactly.
if not, then okay, then it's probably not gonna do.
Mm-hmm. They might watch it, but are they going to follow you? Or so that if you look back at my videos from over a year ago, they were like just funny, like lip sync, which there's nothing wrong with that. But that's what I like to do.
Right.
And then once I started learning more and more about plants, and I changed my content direction into what can I teach you today? That's when my platform totally changed and blew up.
Yeah, and that's when people want to buy from you too, because
Mm-hmm.
they know that they're gonna get the education, right off the bat.
Mm-hmm. I try.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm always learning. Like every day I learn something new about plants.
Yeah. I mean, I think we all do. They and even like botanists are learning and changing genius all the time, saying, "Oh wait, we thought this plant was this part of this family, but it's not. It's actually
Yeah.
part of this family."
I know.
You
They
know,
swap it on us all the time.
yeah. So it's always amazing and that's why I love this community because there is room for everyone to grow and learn and share, and it's so funny because just through the day of just kind of scrolling through my plant friends, I learned so much and about either substrate or you know how to care for an alocasia or pruning. It's been a really really cool journey to see my plant friends grow as well on their
Yeah.
on their platforms. How about plant shows? Are going to the Southeast Plant
Yes,
Show.
we're going. I'm going to the Southeast Plant Show as an influencer, not a seller.
Yeah,
I decided not to go as a seller. You know, it's a very long way to haul plants.
yeah. Have you done something like that before?
Yeah, we do a lot of I've never done anything further than like maybe a couple hours. But we do the festivals and stuff that we have here and we set up, and I really enjoy it.
Is this the first time you're going to be a plant influencer?
At a show, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the first time I'm going as an influencer, not a seller. But I thought it would be fun. I want to get out there. I want to meet all you guys and help with the show. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just good for like meeting the community and just,
Yes,
I felt like that was the coolest thing at PlantCon. I'm kind of an introvert, which is kind of weird.
me too. And I'm trying to put myself out there a little
Yeah.
bit.
I mean, I would like act like an ass on camera, but
You know,
like,
I like to stay home, drink my boba tea and my coffee, and watch my K dramas. I'm a K drama girly. Other than plants, I love me some Korean and Chinese drama.
really,
Yes, I can even speak a little bit of Korean and Chinese.
really, that's so awesome.
Yes, yeah,
That
yeah.
see, that's why I love doing this podcast. You get to learn
I just do a little
so
bit of
many cool
everything.
stuff. Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Like we can do so many things, and
Yeah.
and decide like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, and do something completely different. That's
Hmm.
the amazing thing about life,
Yeah.
And when you realize that, you can dream big and really,
Yes.
like you said, do anything you want to do. Did you imagine this? I mean, when you were like, I'm going to start selling plants. I mean, yeah, your sales and people interaction with you on Palm Street is huge. Like, people love you. I think,
No,
you
I
know,
love doing it. It's really fun to be able to
yeah,
hang out with other plant people and like talk back and forth in our live shows and just admire the plants together. It's a lot of fun.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I do enjoy that a lot.
I love that. You have TikTok, YouTube. Are you on all the social media platforms?
On Instagram. I do Facebook as well. It's Plants in a Farmhouse in both places. And I do have a TikTok, but I don't post on it super consistently. I've started to move my videos over to there. I may start selling live on TikTok. I've considered that. Yeah, the TikTok shop, they it looks like it's very popular. And so I may hop over there and test it out.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Um,
about it.
yeah,
I really want to get into gardening, outdoor gardening. I think I'm going to do my very first garden this year. Any tips?
yeah. It's definitely like look for your local uh place where you can get the compost and soil.
Hmm.
Just have them come and drop a big, pile off because you will
Yeah.
use it.
I have a place down the road that does that.
Yeah, like don't get any bags or anything. It's just not worth it. And then just add your own slow release fertilizers for different things that is organic if that's what you like to do. But I start small too. Like don't get 8 tomato plants. Like just
It's me.
give me
If I do something, I do it. I do.
yeah. And then it's like so much, and then you got house plants, and then you have it's a tough game.
Yes. So should I start now? Is now the time to start?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. What is the lowest that you guys have right now?
Really getting super duper cold. We're starting to get into the warmer weather. The nights can be like 45.
Yeah, yeah. Then right now it's kind of perfect,
Is it time to start?
especially for the things that are like, you know, need that kind of cold snap before it gets like 60s and
Mhm.
70s at night. Yeah, like garlic is way too late. You needed to have done that.
In the winter?
I learned the hard way. Yeah, like before, it needs to have that whole coldness. It's so interesting. Plants are
That
so
is
cool.
interesting. That's
Yeah,
very because houseplants are so totally different than that. That is really interesting. Something I did want to say too is that if anybody out there has the dream of, I feel like most plant people, like it would be their dream to have their own plant store. And I wanted to say that like when the time came for us to do, I was super nervous. I was really scared it was going to fail and I was going to be embarrassed, and but I 100% like don't regret it. It's so easy to. I feel like in my mind when I thought I'm going to open a store, it seemed so complicated. It's
right.
actually so easy. All you need is a few paperwork. You need to get like a business license, and you need to get a license from the ag department to be able to ship if you're shipping stuff. And that's it. That's all you need. And you just find you a little place to rent, and you start small and you work your way up from there. But if that's your dream, it's totally achievable. Like, I was a stay-at-home mom for 7 years. I didn't think I could do anything like that, and I just did, and it was so worth it. So I wanted to say that if there's anybody that has that dream, it's so doable. It may seem far out of reach, but it's very doable.
I love that because it's so true.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just need to find a place, get your paperwork. The paperwork here was like $50. Get your paperwork, and I mean that's it. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so easy to build relationships with nurseries because they
Mm-hmm.
want to sell. They want to sell to you as well. So
Yes.
it's yeah.
Yeah, Florida's covered in like finding the plants is not the problem. There is so many amazing places in Florida to buy plants.
Yeah. Do you come down to Florida and do like plant runs?
Yes, all the time. All the time. A lot of the stuff I order comes on a truck. I have like a semi truck that delivers my plants. But I'd say at least 4 times a year, 3, 4 times a year, we go down there with a big trailer and we fill it up and bring it back. And it is
Yeah.
so fun. I always take some of my staff members and we have a blast doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like a year and a half ago, one of my good friends, who's like my plant mama, she brought me to a nursery for the first time. And I was like, my life has changed. Like this. Yeah. I mean, it literally felt like that. And it's so
Yeah.
funny. I shop there now as a registered licensed, nursery, which is incredible. I went and did the paperwork too. And it's not
Yeah.
hard. You think it's so hard. And
You do. It
I'm
sounds
like,
so
oh
hard to
my
have a
God,
store.
I'm a hairdresser.
Like opening a store? What? But it's so easy. It's so
It
easy.
is.
Yes.
And I went to the nursery that I usually go to and I saw this like Nola plant babes on the side of this van. And I was like, there's no way that these girls are from New Orleans. And right away, I kind of picked them out, because there's not like hundreds of people at the at the nursery usually,
Yeah.
there's a handful. But I was just like, are you ladies from New Orleans? And they're like, yeah, yeah, we try. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, and they're like, we just don't have plants like this.
Mm-mm.
So it's
That's how it
so,
is in Alabama. Like
yeah,
there's a couple places, but nothing like what's in Florida.
yeah. I mean, each turn every corner. And like, I'm finding like mom and pop places that, oh my goodness.
They have the best stuff.
They look like literally $1 for all of these like flowered like delphiniums and for $1. I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I also want to say you have like the dream job too.
Oh, thank you.
I love watching your stories and stuff where you're doing all kinds of stuff in the garden at your work. That seems like so much fun.
It literally is a dream, a
Do you get to
manifestation.
do all the decorating and stuff?
Well, we
Like with
have
the plants?
we have a director of horticulture, and that's Mary Nancy, and she kind of helps direct everything. And then
Yeah.
there's times where she's like, I trust you, do it, and so it's a blessing. I mean,
Yeah.
I definitely have someone, over me making sure that I don't run wild. But yeah, I get to really put my heart and soul in the garden. And
Yes, it looks so fun. Like that's definitely a dream job of most plant people. Just to be
yeah,
able to do anything like that with plants.
totally. It's so
You live
cool.
in Florida, right, Wade?
Yeah, I live in Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. That
Yeah.
oh, I'm so jealous. It
Yeah.
doesn't even get cold there, does it? Like
No,
your
it
winters
does.
are
And
like
it
50s.
freezes. Well, it freezes. I mean,
Does it?
we have a week or two where like right now I'm looking at my poor fiddle leaf figs. Like I have this whole privacy fence and it's yeah, just sticks.
Those are hard.
But all the little babies there's little baby green babies coming. So by the beginning of summer it will be fine. But
Yeah,
yeah, it does
that's fun.
freeze, so you got to be careful. But I had this elbow that I swear died in my backyard, but it's like 4 leaves now this big that just
It
popped
came
up.
back? Oh,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah.
Well, let me
But I
tell you, you
fertilized
haven't
the
seen.
heck out of it.
you haven't seen a fiddle leaf fig tree till you've been deep into Florida.
Yeah.
You guys in Florida, it's not fair. They do so good in y'all's yards. Like when I was down there, I saw some fiddle leaf fig trees that were massive. So beautiful.
Yeah.
And we just can't keep them happy in our house. They need to be
Yeah.
outside.
But even like in Gainesville at the hospital, they like right in the window, they have like a double pane window. It's beautiful, huge in a pot. I don't know how they do it, but you're right. When I was a first plant parent, my friend lives in Tampa, and she was like, "Oh, come to my house, blah 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 blah." And I was like, "Okay, I'll drive." Like I was just like, "I'll an explorer. I'll go anywhere." I went in her backyard, and it was like you said, like
Hmm.
10 feet, 11 feet tall, just thick as could be, like a
Yeah.
forest. I never known. I said, "Oh my god!" Like I felt like such an idiot
And
because she
y'all
was like,
spot those.
"These are from She's like, "These are from outside. They're not indoor plants." And I'm like, I know, but this is insane."
Yeah. The pothos in Florida are insane.
I know.
Like I have a pair of clippers in my purse for next time I go. I am not beside knocking on somebody's door and saying, "Can I pull that weed out of your yard?"
It's funny. I like when people like say or post like, "Oh, I love that Monstera." I'm like, "No, that's a pothos. Like it's fenestrated, but that's
I
yeah,
saw some that were so big it looked like an elbow, like with the
yeah,
fenestrations and the color so big.
so beautiful. Yeah,
Really.
yeah. Tell us where Killen, Alabama is, like on the map.
So if you look at the map, I'm right up here and there's nothing around me. Do you know where Florence is?
Florence, yes, Florence.
Yeah. Where we're going from here is we're actually getting prepared to move again. I've already outgrown this space.
That's
Don't
amazing.
forget, I'm a plant hoarder, okay?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing that I wanted to ask you too. I'm glad that you brought that up. Do you sell like plant accessory things as well?
Yeah.
Like, what are some of your favorite things that you sell in your store?
Look, I'll show you. Can I grab some real
Yeah,
quick?
of course. I
Yeah,
would
I'll
love
show
it
you.
because we also like show on YouTube. So
Yeah. So here's like a few just random things. I sell the Bless Your Soil stuff. Love her so much. Woman owned business. I've been using her stuff now for about 3 years. But this is a leaf spray. It's got neem oil and some other extracts. And it smells like oranges. And your leaves will shine so good. And then I'm sure you've heard of Kiki Paste. Have you seen their new packaging?
no, it's super cute.
It's so cute. It used to be in a blue box, but now they've done
Yeah.
it like this. I love it. So we sell Kiki paste, and this is tap water conditioner. Really good for calatheas, any prayer plants. It takes all the chlorine and heavy metals out of your water. Amazing,
Ooh,
amazing
I
stuff.
need that.
Yes, it's amazing. I'll bring you one.
Oh my gosh, that would be awesome.
But yeah, if you get like crispy calathea leaves, they're really sensitive to, especially if you have like a lot of chlorine and heavy metals in your water. If you don't have the best tap water, they
And
get
you
a little
can
fussy
smell
about
it,
that.
uh,
Yeah.
like the ammonia or something. Like
Mm-hmm.
Florida is so.
Yeah. They get a little fussy. And then we sell pots. I sell t-shirts, keychains, air plants, all kind. I got all kinds of stuff in here.
Yeah, I love it. That's so awesome.
Yeah. And then we got two little mascots that'll greet you when you come in. They're our little shop puppies. We call them our door greeters.
They're two different. Are they siblings?
So one of my staff members, Katie is her name. She has a, oh, what kind of dog is it? It's like a little big ears, short hair, rat terrier.
That's it.
A rat terrier. And they're besties. And so every customer, the kids love, the children will ask their parents to come here just to see the dogs
I
and play
love
with the puppies. Yeah.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, my love, thank you so much. I'm super excited to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Just a few weeks, like I think it's like 7 weeks away now.
I know. It's coming up quick.
Yeah, very, very quick.
But I'm looking forward to meeting everybody. I'm super excited to meet Plants with Chris.
Me too.
Can't wait.
She's insane.
I know.
She's such a sweetheart.
Yeah.
And I really think that I really hope that I get to get her on the podcast. I don't know if you've ever seen any of her stories, where she's talked about podcasts, and it's been really creepy for her. So I've never really even asked her because I just thought,
You should
oh,
ask her. This is
well,
a
I'm
great
like, this is a
opportunity.
boundary. But I said to her, I was just like, oh, if we're there live, can we do a podcast? I was like, I'll even do the chunky soil mix dance with you.
Yes, we got to do that.
Yeah, so I love it. She's
Yeah.
she's so adorable.
Your video is so cute.
Oh, thanks.
I thought that was, I watched it like 3 times. It was so
But
cute.
that's another thing. Like, it's magic when, like, that was, I do like to curate, and think about what I'm gonna do and what I'm gonna say, blah blah blah. But that was a moment where I literally was like, oh, I have some succulents. I just did a succulent garden. We had some pups, and I was like, I'm just gonna pop these up. I was like, oh,
Yes.
but I need a chunky soil mix. And then all of a sudden, I saw Crystal doing that, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, should I just do this right now? And then I was like, okay,
Wait,
just do it.
it was awesome though.
Yeah.
But that's the best things. Like they just pop in your head and you just kind of roll with it,
Yeah. Yeah. You can't overthink it, like you said.
Yeah.
All right, my love. Thank you so much. I'll let you enjoy the night. You have a sale right now, right?
Yes, I'm about to get on a sale on Whatnot.
Awesome. Wait, so
Yeah.
you do all these platforms? Whatnot?
Yeah, we do Whatnot, we do Palm Street, and maybe fixing to be on TikTok. I should probably do it on my Instagram, but I'm just terrified that either everybody or nobody is going to show up, so I'm not doing it.
Yeah, because at least with Palm Street and stuff, you have a little bit more like it's easier to talk to people and see.
And it's set up too, so it keeps up with all of our orders and stuff like that. If I did it on like Instagram, I'd have to keep up with it myself,
But
and
what about
that's
the things
scary.
that where I see like people are doing it on Insta, but it looks like they're on another platform that and you can buy from
Yes.
there? That's
Yes,
interesting as
they
well.
did. They did, and I might go over there too. But they did. I've got to sign up, but they did ask me to come over there. The
There's a
name is not
couple
going to
of
pop.
people doing that, right?
It's on District though.
Yeah.
It's on the District app, but you can do it somehow. I don't know how they managed it. Somehow you can do it on Instagram Live.
Yeah.
I think it's cool
And
though.
and there's some you can't bid, but you could still buy on something.
Yes,
Listen to
yeah.
me. I'm on plant.
You've been there.
So I've been there a few times. But I'm always like, wow, this is so interesting.
Yeah,
There's so
it
many
is cool.
facets to get that money. Yeah. And
Yep.
yeah. And do it. Get that money.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right,
it
my
was nice
love.
talking to you.
So nice talking to you. I
You
can't wait
too.
to meet you in person. We'll
Yes,
have
me too.
a really fun time.
Yeah, it's gonna be super fun. I'm really looking forward to
All right,
it.
my love.
Goodbye. Thank you for
Goodbye.
having me.
I can talk to you all night about
I know,
plants.
me too. If it's about plants, honey, I could talk for hours now. You can't stop me.
All right, my love. Bye.
I'll see you soon.